So hold on. Let me see if I get the notification. Yep, we live. Let's go.
We live! Oh my goodness! Hey, what's up? I'm so excited. Okay, so let me this is exciting. Let me start with prayer, because I believe that there are a lot of people right now that are watching that know without a shadow of a doubt that they're supposed to be wealthy, but maybe they don't know exactly what to do, and maybe you're doing some things and they're working, but guess what? You want to continue to add. So I just get my faith in agreement with you right now that the rest of 2019 will go far beyond anything that you've dreamed about, anything that you've imagined, that Holy Spirit has destined you to be on this Facebook Live for such a time as this, so that you can get the wealth strategies, you can get the support, because you need support becoming wealthy. Let's be very clear. And that you get the consistency that you need. You know, the Bible says the hand of the diligent shall bear rule. Everything that you put your hands to, it's going to prosper and be of good success. Now, I prophesy now, multi-millionaires, multi-billionaires be birthed out of this platform, and then we'll steward the money, we'll steward the influence, we'll steward everything that we know that God has given us with humility, with love, and with kindness. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right, so I'm really excited. I just want to say this. First of all, you guys need to share this feed. You need to share this feed. This is definitely not one of those ones where you're just scrolling through, let me just see what they're talking about. You need to hear everything that's getting ready to be said. I literally this morning I wasn't even planning this, right? Had my prayer time. As soon as I came out of my prayer time, Kathy Kirkland is texting me and Camille talking about one of her students who bought a BMW SUV cash, bought another car cash. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm supposed to be in New York right now. And I just couldn't get peace about going, because I have really big goals. And I try to treat myself, because New York was just going to be like this girl trip spot. And all my girlfriends like booked and busy. We were all like falling out like flies. There's supposed to be 6 of us, and everybody was just like, I got so much going on. And I said, you know what? I got a lot going on too. And I really need to be here because I have some really big goals, and I really need to be home so that I can focus in on them. So when Kathy texted this, I said, this is it. We need to go on live and share this with everybody, because, you know, the Bible talks about that people perish because of a lack of knowledge. You can be believing for wealth, but if you don't know the steps to take to get there, then you still end up being in the same place. And the more information and the more revelation that you get about a particular thing, the more natural it becomes to you. I want developing wealth to come to you very naturally, very effortlessly, not anything that you have to struggle for, not anything that you have to fight for. You know, a lot of people have heard, you know, you got to work hard. You don't have to work hard, but you do need to work smart, and you do need the right relationships, because relationships dictate where you go. You guys share this feed. Come on, get your friends, get your family on this feed really quickly. Come on. I'm telling you, you're going to want them to hear this. This is a setup for this to be the absolute best Christmas of your entire life, that you literally can go into 2019 so much stronger, so much better. Don't let nobody tell you that the drip doesn't matter. As a matter of fact, the drip needs to be real, and it needs to be strong. It needs to be tangible. It needs to be something that you can put your hands on. It needs to be evidence. It needs to be something that anybody anywhere can see that the drip is on you. And I'm talking about the drip of wealth. That's what I want on you. I want it on you, and then I want it on you strong. I want it to be vibrant. I want it to come out of your pores. I don't want you to have to keep thinking about money. I want money to just start running you down in such a way that you don't have to think about it anymore. All you're doing is creating. All you're doing is dreaming. If you think about it, you're able to do it. If you dream about it, if you're not able to do it on Monday, by God, the next week you're able to do it. I want there to be such a strong flow of money in your life that you're able to not just impact your family, your churches, your community, anyone that you come in contact with, you're going to be able to do that. And I'm telling you right now, this financial platform, that God designed is a wealth blueprint that can change your life for the rest of your life. Your days of being broke, your days of living check to check, your days of saying, I got to wait for Friday before I make a move, or I got to wait for this before I can do this. The days of that are completely over. The Bible talks about that how God has a portion for us every day, right? But the thing about it, you see it in the scripture, but you may not know, how do I actually manifest that? Now we're in a season of great manifestation. It's time to manifest those things that you've been dreaming about, manifest those things that you've been thinking about, manifest those things that you've been believing for. This is the season that you're to manifest. And so I'll tell you how, I'll start a little bit with how we kind of got here. I, 3 years ago, got a phone call from a good, very, very good friend of mine. I've got some background noise because some work is being done in my kitchen, so you may hear that a little bit. I'm upstairs, close the door, but they're drilling, so it's loud. But anyway, I got a phone call from a very good friend about 3 years ago. And you know how when some people call you, it was like that money squad. I was like, oh, let me take this call. What's up? So he called and he said, Jewel, listen, I just joined with this company and they're basically teaching people how to trade foreign currency and cryptocurrency on their cell phone. I was like, what? Cryptocurrency and Forex? And I heard about it, but I knew very little about foreign exchange. I knew very, very little about cryptocurrency. There were things that I had kind of been rumblings, but there weren't anything that I could articulate on at all. It was not a language that I understood, but I knew it was a language that I needed to understand. So I said, book my flight. It was like a week later, and I called my money squad. And all y'all need a money wealth squad, like slick. And so I called, and Kathy was in that money squad. Camille was in that money squad. China Bethley was in that money squad. It was a few people in that money squad. And so we all flew to Dallas. Let me tell you something. Our minds were completely blown. We went in there, it's probably about 2,000 people. And the majority of them were our white brothers. And most of them were under like 27. And when I tell you they was getting that bag, they was talking about, yeah, I traded and I made, 4 figures yesterday. I made 5 figures yesterday. Some people, we had one guy who went like, he brought, like he YouTube his whole experience, going to the bank, pulling the money out the bank, putting it in a bag, and showed the doggone YouTube video at the conference, shut the conference down. I want to say bruh started with like maybe $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 and grew that thing to $475,000 in 90 days. I need you to pay attention to me, and I need you to share this feed. Okay. Now let me tell you, we're not making no guarantees. We cannot tell you that past profits, are going to guarantee future profits. But what I am telling you is that this is a skill set that everybody needs to learn. This is not one of those things that you're like, oh, let me pray about it. If you know that you have a money flow issue, even if you don't have a money flow issue, you need more money, because most millionaires, the best thing you can do is give them another million. Hello, right? So this is for everybody. This ain't just for this group or that group. This is literally for everybody that has ears to hear, right? And we were blown away. We were like, did that just happen? Did we just see? Did he just say? Is that what he just said? That he took this? I can't even remember the amount of money. Maybe Kathy or Camille does. But it was
430,000.
Huh?
430,000.
What he started with?
He started with, I think it was $500.
You see what I'm talking about?
Shenanigans.
That's the space that we in. So you sit around thinking it's a shortage of money. No, you got a shortage of revelation. Think about what's going on with technology right now. You got Cash App. You can move money from one phone to another immediately. Think about PayPal. You got to partner your money with technology so that it stops moving so slow. Okay. So anyway, Kathy came down. She was there. She was totally blown away. Kathy signs up. Kathy was fired up. We was all fired up. Went back home. Life kicked in. She called me about a month or two later and was like, Jewel, I know you don't want to hear this, but I can't do it. And I said, Kathy, when you joined the Millionaires Club, you specifically told me, she was one of the first solid millionaires that we made too. I said, you told me that you were called to be a millionaire. That's what you told me. And me, you had this, that, and the third for your family, for your church, for yourself, for all of that. And I said, you can't quit, Kathy. And Kathy received it. Kathy did not quit. I said, stop counting yourself out and just start engaging. And she did exactly that. And Kathy took I think $40 to 7 figures. And what was that time frame? I'm about to bring her on in a minute, but I gotta tell
8 months.
Woo!
8 months.
Hey. 8 months. I thought it was over a year, but my God, I can't keep up with so many testimonies. So she took $40 and within 8 months turned it into 7 figures. You better share this feed. That's what you better do. You better share this feed. Tell
And I'll say, past profits do not guarantee.
Do not guarantee.
Future results.
Future results.
You got to put in the work for the results, period.
You got to work for the results. But if they plug into this platform, Camille, just like it happened for Kathy, just like it's happening for many of us, it can happen for you. Stop counting yourself out, huh?
I said absolutely.
Stop counting yourself out. I'm really fired up. So let me calm down. I need to bring on Kathy. Kathy, so first of all, she is now an educator for the entire company. So she literally educates people all over the entire world. We've traveled the world together. I'm so proud of her because she was really in a very bad place financially when she first joined the club, and then bad place financially, even, you know, when she started trading. It was not an easy ordeal for her, but she's a fighter. And so now she is a certified millionaire. And so Kathy, I'm really proud of you. I want you to come on, take it away, tell your story, and then go ahead and introduce us to Tanya, okay? Now, for those of you that are listening to this, you can get information. We want to help you get plugged in. Camille, do we have that information for people to get plugged in? For people that are watching right now saying, I need to get started with you guys. What do they need?
It'll be posted in the chat.
Okay, great.
So basically, because this is being shared so much, I just want to allow every person to get back with the person whose feed you're plugging into and make sure that you get.
Okay, that's good. So basically, you need to get back with whoever invited you on here, right? So if you saw it on Camille's social media, you need to get back on hers. If you saw it on Tanya Bryant's social media, you need to get back with her. I know Essie is with someone right now out of Detroit showing it to her. So if Essie told you to get on, then you get back with Essie. So you just get back with whoever actually invited you on this particular Facebook Live. So Kathy, without further ado, I love you. I'm proud of you. I think you're an amazing example of what can happen when you don't quit. Even though you knew nothing about trading and felt completely confused, but you did not quit. So I'll turn it over to you.
Hey, everybody. Good morning. It is a good Friday morning to be on and everything. I really appreciate Dr. Joel for staying on me the way that she did. And I joined the Millionaires Club, a few years ago. And I was at a bad point and a bad time. Camille, if you can unmute my camera. And when I started, the real estate market had already crashed, and I had 4 kids in college. And when it crashed, my whole world crashed right along with it. I was at a point, my husband had did 25 years in the military, and now we were living off a half a check. My rental properties that I had foreclosed, and I had a foreclosure here on my own house, where I had a padlock on my own house. And it was a really bad time for us. And I had already worked over 20 some years within the corporate America, and I had my 401k. I had worked from age 19 to mid 40s, and when the market crashed, my 401k crashed right along with it. So where it was up to like $50,000, it was now down to $2,000. So it was a hard time for me, and I noticed Dr. Jewel's a good friend of mine, and I knew just from looking at her and her lifestyle and everything, the recession wasn't affecting her house, and I wanted to know why. But I didn't want her to know that I was broke too. But I called her, and she told me what all she was doing, and then she was flying down to Dallas one day because someone had told her about it, And so I drove down, I went in, and we went down to the event, and we saw that exact same video where the guy went to the bank, withdrew the money, showed what he traded and all that, and everything was just, it was awesome. And I'm like, okay, I gotta get in this. And I'm surrounded by millionaires and billionaires, you know, and like I said, past profits do not guarantee future gains. But I'm looking at these people that was my kids' age. My kids was in college and I couldn't even afford a meal plan at that point. And they'll tell you, you inbox them now, they'll tell you, no, we couldn't afford to pay for that. And I had them going to places like Taco Bell, befriending people. So when the business closed down, that they would get the hookup and everything, and even going to the hotels. But I knew I had to figure it out. I knew it had to be a better way. And, you know, and it was hard for them. And it was hard for me to even, you know, do it. So I came back from being all excited and hyped about it. And at the time that I got in, now keep in mind, I didn't have the money at first. And they had even, and I knew this was God, okay? Because that day they said we could get in the company for $1. I had that, so I got in. I got in and everything, but I came back and I started telling some of my friends who was in the same situation that I was in about this and what had just happened and what I had experienced. And they kind of talked me out of it, because the first thing out of their mouth was, that's not real, that's a scam. You need to get a job. And in my mind, I had already worked, and I wasn't finna do that again. Another 20 years just to get $50,000 with a family of 7, that's still way below the poverty line. So I kind of was discouraged. And the sad part was I was discouraged while I was practicing a demo. Didn't BIMO know what I was doing. And then I told Dr. Joe, no, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna focus on this and focus on that. And she was a millionaire. I mean, bottom line, millionaires don't quit. And so, you know, she kept me motivated, and I got in it and I kept on going, and I put $40 in the market, and, you know, and I got on with one of the people that was working with Christopher Cherry, and literally in a matter of an hour, my account shot up to 3 figures. Then I got on with, this is why I stayed, because the owner himself was getting up at 1 o'clock in the morning at that time. He still do it once a week now. I have never seen anybody in the company that gets up and show you how to trade. He got out of his bed every morning at 1 o'clock to show us how fast money moved. And I was very impressed with that, because he didn't have to do it. He's a multi-billionaire. He didn't have to do that, but he did. So I did. And I was so discouraged. You know, I was making the money, but I remember finding that one scripture, because I was like, this has to work, because I'm tired of going through the same old thing. And I found in the scripture in Ecclesiastes 11:1, the Good News Translation states that it is good to enter into foreign trade, because you never know what bad luck this world is going to give you. So now I know I have a God-written skill set in this man-made company, and I have no other choice but to win. And I'm, a long story short, because I want you to get to Tanya's testimony. I went from not knowing how to read the charts, from being broke, busted, and disgusted, to having 7 figures, and now one of the top educators within the company, teaching in 120 countries around the world, twice a night, 4 days a week. All because of this ECC 11. So I created a strategy to where even 5-year-olds are making money off of this strategy. 5-year-olds. And I keep it as simple as possible. And this next person I'm getting ready to bring on, she's been going through a whole lot these past 4 or 5 months. Very hard to get through some stuff. She lost a lot of loved ones during this, but she stayed the pace, she stayed focused. And even this even helped her assist in some things that she needed once they passed. And I am so proud of Tanya. She's my Roll Tide girl from Alabama, my hometown. She's Bear Bryant's niece. And I'm so glad to have been introduced to such a humble and loving and a giving person. She has been doing this ECC 11 strategy off the web analyzer. If you're not on the web analyzer, you need to get on it, and you need to be plugged into the ECC 11 strategy. It is such an honor to introduce this next person and all her accomplishments that she has done just in the past couple of months now. This is not overall, but what she's done in the past couple of months with this strategy. I'm gonna let her tell you all about it. And at this point, So I'm turning it over to Tanya Bryant from Dothan, Alabama, my Roll Tide girl, and she's going to tell you exactly how the ECC 11 blessed her. So Tanya, I'm turning it over to you.
Okay, thanks, Dr. K, and thanks, Dr. Jewel. Let me tell you a little bit of how I got started. Basically, in 2015, I had a minor stroke, and I had been wanting to learn how to trade foreign currency. God had just put this in my mind, and I wanted to learn it so bad, but I could not find a platform. So I was scrolling down Facebook one day, and I saw a lady that I knew her daughter, and the lady said, "Hey, tell my dad happy birthday." So I hit that page, and the first person's picture that pops up was Dr. K's. And I was like, wow, this lady right here, and it looks like she's from Dothan. So I reached out to her. She got back with me. I joined. And of course, you know, we all have those bumps in the road. You know, we blow accounts. Anybody that tells you they haven't blown an account, they're not telling you the truth. So, you know, you don't lose, you learn in this. So basically, I'm doing her 10 pips and dip, 10 pips and dip. I'm making a little money, you know, go down, make a little money. So all this time, I'm still having the health problems. But I knew the doctor told me I could not go back to corporate America because I worked a very high, stressful job, and you can't go back. So I had to learn to do something different. So I started, you know, just following Dr. K, going through IML, you know, Academy over and over and over. I mean, 20 hours of my day was Forex, basically. So it rocks along, and, you know, I make a little money, nothing. And we come to say about 6 months ago, and I just stayed with Dr. K's 10 pips and dip. So I made some money. I started, guys, with less than $500 because I just took some money I had in my 401k and said, look, it's not making me any money. I can pull some of this money right now because I'm out sick. They will let me take this hardship. So I said, you know, I've blown $500 before. What is this? So basically, about 6 months ago, I start winning with just 10 pips and dip. I'm educating myself. And things sort of just really changed for me abruptly when Dr. Kathy had reached out to me about leading a group for her. And I was just going through so much personally. At that time, I had lost 2 immediate family members within 2 weeks, and my mom was sick. So I was like, if I can't give someone 100% of my time, I'm not going to do it at all. But the night that I told her that I would take over this group and teach, my life changed forever. Immediately, the next day, my trading life changed because I chose to sow the seed that was sown into me. It wasn't about charging for a service or to teach someone something. I had to sow the seed into someone else that was sown into me, because not everyone learns at the same pace and the same level, and they get frustrated and they want to throw it down. So Dr. K comes out. So at this point, I buy a BMW SUV. So I do this a little differently. I had the money to pay for it in full, but what I chose to do was pay for 3/4 of it in cash, take my other money that was left and invest that money. So I had the BMW, and I always still have the money to pay off the last 1/4 of it. So basically it's still paid for, but I just chose to let my other $10,000 work for itself. So 2 months ago, maybe, I start doing Dr. Kathy's ECC 11 strategy. At first, I struggled with it because I was taking basically almost all trades, 5 minute, 15, whatever. And I just watched what happened and sort of focused on it. I'm a real numbers kind of person. So I started focusing on just particular trades that it would call. In less than 2 months, in the midst of the storm of losing my life, my mother, my everything, I made the money off of ECC 11, and I bought a new Jeep. Now, what I chose to do in that situation as well was to pay half of it down in cash, take the other half, let that half make the money to pay for the rest of it, so I still had my other $25,000. So that's where I'm at with it. This platform has been a blessing to me. I don't know what I would be doing right now had it not been for this IML and Forex. It is life-changing. If you're wondering, you just take the chance. You've taken the chance with so many other things in life. And you just have to step out in faith on it and just know that it is biblical. And God said it in the Bible. And so this is life-changing, guys, from 15-year-olds to 70-year-olds. It can be catered to your skill set and knowledge level. We're always here to help. Dr. K is always there. Dr. Jewel's there. Our team is we're family oriented. So it's not just about trading currency. They were there for me at my most difficult, lowest point in life. So I'll never forget that. But any way I can help, any questions Dr. K or Dr. Jewel y'all have, I'll be glad to answer them. But basically, so my BMW car tag says no 9 to 5, and I sort of get stopped and looked at by the police a lot. So I might have to change that next year. But my new Jeep says ECC 11. So I just rewarded the person and the platform that rewarded me. So.
Awesome. I love it. I love it. If you heard her story, she was telling you about the tragedies and things that she went through in her life and how she couldn't work and had to find another skill set in order to be able to take care of her. She was going through a lot, and some of it took her a little time to comprehend it, but she did not stop. She didn't let the disability that came upon her during that time stop her from learning the skill set. That should let you know that you can persevere through this. And we keep it simple to where everybody wins, to where, you know, you win. You're going to have some losses. That's just like in life. You're going to have some losses. You're going to have some pullbacks. But as long as you stay focused, but the fact that this platform was created in order for you to learn something that you don't have to clock in and out. You can go sit down and do it anytime you get ready. And she didn't have to pull her money from her house to buy her something that she just desired to have, And the ECC 11 strategy was able to do that for her. And Tanya, I am so proud of you. And there's a lot of people from our hometown that's a little leery of this. And the fact that you have adapted, overcome, and conquered, everybody in Dothan, Alabama need to be signing up. Okay, you hear me? Everybody in Dothan, Alabama need to be signing up. We've already proven it. We also, have a couple of people that's there that's doing really good. And at this time, I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Jewel. If you have any questions for Tanya, hit her up on Facebook if you want to sign up. If you're on her feed, sign up with her. If you're on my feed, sign up with me. If you're on Camille's feed, sign up with her. And Dr. Jewel, her feed, sign up with her. Stop wasting time. We're in a recession. I don't care what the TV is telling you. You're in a recession. If you're tired of getting up, clocking in and clocking out, we get up in our pajamas. It just don't get no easier than that. We trade when we get ready. So Dr. Jewel, I'm turning this back over to you.
Okay, yeah, that was so good. So Tanya, first of all, you're so sweet and so sober. I love it, and it just goes to show you that it doesn't really matter what your background is. With Tanya staying on track the way that she is, she will be a certified cash millionaire within the next 12 months if she's not already hit that. And this is a space that everybody can do that. So now, Kathy, I don't know, are you able to show your charts right now?
Let's see. Let me pull it up.
I want everybody just to see how easy this is. Camille right now is trading. Camille, why don't you come on and just talk a little bit about what you have going on? Because this morning we traded with Dr. Kathy's strategy, Ecclesiastes 3. And let me see, how many trades? Camille, how many trades you put in? I put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Euro, Australian dollar, Euro, New Zealand dollar, United States, Canadian dollar, made money on the buy and the sell. You learn all of this. Now, of course, looking at this chart, it looks scary. Oh, that's how we all felt when we first saw it. We was like, oh, heck no. But I promise you, you'll get it. Because whatever you keep before your eyes and whatever you keep before your ears, you become that, right? So, Mill, I'm really proud of you. You've done amazing as well. Just talk a little bit about your story. And then if anybody has any questions for, I see, oh, Cam, hey, Cam has a great, oh, Cam.
Oh, Cam is killing it today.
Did Cam send you that text? Did Cam send you that text?
Yes. Oh. Okay, so yeah, y'all ain't ready. Y'all thought y'all was ready, but y'all really ain't ready like that. Okay, Dr. Kathy. Well, Mill, I want to hear really quickly from you. And then I want us to look at, now again, we're going to teach you. Listen very good, because don't you dare get scared and run back on that plantation. We snatching you off that plantation. Okay? I don't want you to look at this and get intimidated, because we're going to walk you through step by step. Okay? So Mill, first, let's share your testimony really quickly, and then we'll come back to these charts, and then we'll get ready to wrap this call.
Okay, just real quick, y'all. I'm super excited. The last couple of years, I've been really working to put myself in position to buy a home. And any of you all that are self-employed, you know how that can get, where you make a lot of money. But of course, we want tax deduction, so we have low tax liability. But then when you're trying to buy a house, like, mortgage lenders don't want you to really write stuff off, because you can't qualify for what you want. Even though you make the money, you can't necessarily qualify if you write a lot of stuff off. So anyway, I've just been really diligent with IML and trading and, you know, different things like that. And so anybody who follows me or my friend on social media know that I'm actually in the process of building a house this year. So I'm really excited about that. And that's like one of my major goals for this year that I actually had. And so the ground has been cleared, getting ready to start laying the foundation this month, and we'll be in position to actually close. My closing date is actually scheduled in October, but it may be a little sooner or later, just depending on the weather. But it was really powerful for me, because being a single woman, I'm getting everything I want in the house. It's a little over 3,000 square feet. 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths. I have my own office that I'm gonna set up like a trading station. I got a game room, a movie theater, a backyard for Gucci. Anybody who knows my baby Gucci. And so I'm really excited, because, you know, everything went through within a day. In position with trading to put 20% down and still have money left over. But my ultimate goal is to use this ECC 11 strategy to build my account up, so that by the time it's time to close, I'm actually paying cash for my house, because that is what's on my vision board, a debt-free house purchase cash. And so I know that this strategy, with the diligence and with the patience and with the discipline to stick with it, even when I don't feel like it, I can definitely see those results. So I'm really excited about that. So I'm pretty sure I'll share more at a later time, but we've been on here a while. So Dr. Kathy, I'm gonna turn it over to you so they can see, you know, like, it's really a game changer. Dr. Kathy's been trying to show this to me for the last 2 or 3 years. And I was just like, Dr. Kathy, I just don't know. I don't know. But I have been pretty much at 100% for all the trades that I've traded, and actually went through the actual strategy and stuck with it. Every trade has led me to profit. So remember, past profits don't guarantee future results. So my results may not be your results may not be my results, but I promise you, if you commit to being a student and learning the skill set and sticking through the process, you can see major results in your life and start seeing a lot of things on your vision board come to reality. So Dr. Kathy, I'm gonna turn it back over to you.
Okay, so this is the ECC 11 strategy. Once you purchase the web analyzer, and the alarms go off every time it's time to get into a buy or sell. It works on Forex pairs, it works on Bitcoin, it works on the indices, and it also works on the precious metals and oil. So this is US 30, and it's as simple as, let me see if I can enlarge this. It's as simple as the red line crossing the blue line. Now, this is what I teach my kids. The alarm will go off. Now, it's based off the cloud, the Ichimoku cloud. It's a price action trading strategy. And it's set up. Stephen Hooley invented the web analyzer, and with the tactics and the strategy that I use, he had it coded for me and placed it inside of the web analyzer. So whenever price get ready to move into a buy or volume increases for the buy or the sell, the alarm will go off. You'll hear an alarm that says cha-ching. So that means that you can get in for either a buy or sell. It'll show it as green. It'll show buy on the Japanese or US 30. So if the red line is above the blue line, mostly use it on the 15-minute time frame, you can get in and you're guaranteed to get 10 pips. You will get 10 pips out of it. I don't guarantee anything past 10 pips, but you can get a solid 10 pips anytime that red line crosses above the blue line. Now, my settings for it is different than the regular Ichimoku settings. The settings are normally 9, 26, and 52. Now, the settings that I have for the scalping strategy is 6, 13, 26, and the displacement on the web analyzer is going to be 13. So this is mostly used on TradingView. Also, if you change these to this, you'll be able to see the move a lot clearer. And this is what I created in order for the children to learn how to trade. Now, then you go to style. You'll have to change this around because on TradingView, your conversion line is blue and your baseline is red. But on here, you need to change your conversion line to red and your baseline to blue. Once you do all of that, click Save as Default. And every time you log on, you'll see the ECC 11 strategy and your settings are already set. And you can get in anytime for your buy. So let's go to a Forex pair and I'm gonna show you exactly how it's done. Now, this was called like 40 minutes ago. It's around lunchtime, so the market is slowing down. This is what you would do. You would just click on what it just called, USD CHF. You'll click on it. It called the sell. And then you can see that it's dropping. It gives you the entry price. And the entry price is 1.10783. You just click on your thing, put your draw your trend line there, go to coordinates, and then type in that entry price so you can see exactly where it's at. Click OK. Then it'll move it. It called the sell right here. And you see that it's dropping down into a sell, and it's guaranteed 10 pips.
Okay, so Kathy, this the market is closing at 5 o'clock. So the market starts to close down right around now. And I know if you're seeing this for the first time, you're probably still freaking out. But remember, whatever you keep before your eyes and ears, we trade together every day that the market is open. So now for people that are trading for maybe in our markets live, but they haven't signed up for your strategy, Ecclesiastics 3 and 11, you can get this on the web analyzer. Would you say this is still a good trade to go into? Or
yes. No, it's still a good trade to get into.
Well, all right. Well, let's just go ahead and get in.
The reason why I say it's still good is because I'm looking at my previous low, and my previous low is telling me that it's coming to here. But I only secured 10 pips on it. So if you got in it, you can still get in UG for the sale.
Nice. Getting in now. Beautiful. Okay, now, okay, Camille said, can you switch to the 15-minute chart?
Oh, that's the 1 hour. I'm sorry, that's the 1 hour time frame. Then go to 15-minute. Okay, 15-minute time frame. You're gonna have some consolidation here for a moment because it's lunchtime. So it's gonna consolidate based off of what it consolidated in the past. This is where we're at. Right after that consolidation from lunch, then you should get that drop and it should still go to right here.
Nice. And again, we're going to teach you all of these things. I just wanted you to see it again. Looking at it for the first time can be very intimidating, but I want to assure you, you're going to get tons of support. We have a very strong, Tanya said this earlier, we really are like a family. We cry together, we scream together. I remember when Kathy, when you were able to buy those 27 acres of land, and I just,
yes,
so elated because of trading foreign currency. You know, I'm getting new, beautiful granite counters in the mansion that God has blessed us with right now because of trading foreign currency. I've been able to buy a ton of real estate in Detroit. We invest in oil and gas wells. So This is going to really put you in a position to create cash flow so that you can do the things that you always wanted. So again, thank you, Kathy. This was amazing. We've been on here already 45 minutes. So again, if Dr. Kathy shared this with you, whoever shared this with you, China, it doesn't matter, Tanya, get with them, send them a message on their messenger right now and say, listen, I'm ready to get started. There's nothing else to think about or pray about. You don't know enough to think, right? You have to act. That's the difference between the uber wealthy and the middle class, is that the uber wealthy learn to act. The middle class just like to procrastinate and overthink. Stop overthinking and move into action, okay? And then you're gonna be with an amazing wealth squad that's really gonna support you and help you to make your dream. So Dr. Kathy, I'm so proud of you. Camille, Tanya, thank you guys so much. We're gonna do this again tomorrow because Kathy has another phenomenal testimony from someone on her team that's killing it in their 60s. Hello, hello. All right, so love you guys. Have a great day. Bye.